Hi guys, I'm here for the 3 tarot cards for the week. So I've shuffled them and randomly selected 3 for the week, for the start, for the middle and for the end. So if you're interested, keep watching. Hi guys, and Happy New Year. I hope you all had a wonderful New Year and that you're starting 2018 feeling great and feeling really positive about where you're going with your life. Here at the moment where I am, it's really, really wet and windy. So I've actually had to rig up some lighting because it's so dark in here from this weather, which, yeah, weather is what it is. Okay, so to start the beginning of the week, we've got the moon. Monday, Tuesday, we're looking at the moon, and that's looking at your instinctive, intuitive self, your inner processes and how you're feeling. It's a really good time to go within. So if you've got some quiet moments, take that time. If you're still on holiday, try and take some quieter breaks and just go for a walk in nature or spend some time just relaxing, because there's a lot of sort of inner things going on. It's a great process for clearing any old beliefs and things you've carried on from the past and even from last year, and having a good sift and sort through all of that. So a great time to look at what's going on for you inside. So yeah, Monday and Tuesday, try and make some time for that, because it just actually, if we go with those urges and feelings, then the rest of the week usually works a lot better and is a lot easier. Okay, so for the middle of the week, Wednesday and Thursday, we've got the Ace of Swords. So the Ace of Swords is basically telling us that it's a moment of clarity, and I think that follows on from that time of the moon. So yeah, we've got the moon here, which I forgot to show you when I talked about the last card. So for the middle of the week, we've got the Ace of Swords, which is very clear, very empowering, very decisive. So this time of being in reflection has paid off. In the middle of the week, there's a whole new sense of clarity and truth and knowing what you need to do. So yeah, it is a brilliant time to make some big decisions about your life, what you want to do. And from what I can see from the general feeling and theme for this coming week, you know, what I feel intuitively and spiritually, it has to do a lot with people, with relationships, with how you relate people, and that can be with family, work, partners, friends, and how to set some limits and boundaries with those people, because yeah, sometimes we let people push us a bit far, and there's a whole new sense of clarity of what we're willing to give and what we're willing to not give or what we don't want to give. So the middle of the week's about making some decisions about that. With work, it's about making decisions about how much you're prepared to do. Does your boss expect you to work ridiculous hours? Maybe it's time to say, hang on a minute, no, I do actually have a life that matters to me, that means something to me. So yeah, set some limits, set some boundaries, and be quite clear in your communication when you're doing that. Don't go, oh, I just want to do this. I mean, that's just justifying. Make it quite clear, make it quite powerful, and say, no, I intend to go home at 5 o'clock or whatever the time is. Or with family or partner, say, no, I'm taking that time for me. I need it, I feel I need it, and I'm going to do that. You shouldn't have to ask your partner for permission to have some time to yourself. That should be natural and part of being a partnership. So towards the end of the week, we've got the Queen of Cups. That's all about giving and kindness, and actually, if we set some limits with people when we do give, it's more authentic, it's more real, and it's from the heart. It's not because of shoulds or have tos or feelings of obligation or guilt. It's actually from the heart, and we do it because we choose to, we want to, and it feels right. So the weekend's very much about connecting with people, but yeah, keeping some boundaries in place and feeling comfortable with what you're doing. If you're in a role you don't want anymore with somebody, change it. Make a change. You don't have to be somebody's rock all the time. Sometimes you're allowed to take time to just be human, you know. So yeah, do take some time for that, but you're loving and you're caring and you're giving and you're sharing with other people will be a whole lot more real, a whole lot more genuine, and a lot more heartfelt if you've set some boundaries first. So it's a wonderful week for self-empowerment, which is a really big theme in 2018, is to do things authentically and because we choose to, rather than because we have to do what our soul wants us to do, to follow our soul urge with our creative expression, with our work, with our talents, in the arts, things like that, to really use a heartfelt approach to everything you do in relationships, you know, being real. If you're not in a good mood and you need some time to yourself, say so. It's actually a lot easier for other people to get their head around that than wondering what on earth is going on. So yeah, it's about being very upfront this year, being very authentic and being very real. So it's a wonderful way to start this amazing new year, which is a number 11 in numerology, which is a master number, so it's a good one, and it means there can be a lot done. If you simplify it, you could call it a number 2 year, but I personally like master numbers in numerology. I think they're quite appropriate and quite accurate. So yeah, and 11 years a great time to actually just be really true and to use your true talents. So this week we'll take a little bit of reflection at the start as to what you want, what your limits are, what your passions are, to really go within and go with what you feel in there. The middle of the week is about stating that and making that clear and setting some limits and some boundaries and putting out a very powerful intent for what you want to do and create. And the end of the week is very much about enjoying the company of people, but still feeling comfortable and not feeling like you're being leaned all over or overwhelmed by people, you know, setting some boundaries that are comfortable for you. You know, even children can learn to let mum have a bath in peace. It's, yeah, not a bad skill to teach them, and they will also learn to do that for themselves when they get older, you know, so it doesn't do them any harm. Okay, so I just want to wish you an awesome year and lots of love, and I'll see you in my next video. And yeah, if you've got any comments, questions, or thoughts on this, please leave them below. Don't forget to subscribe if you like these videos, and I'll see you next time.